Hey, what's good, everybody? Hope y'all can hear me. Yeah, so essentially, I had a change in plans. My plan was to be at home in the studio, my office, doing this. However, I got a call, an emergency call from a client, and so I'm in South Florida. Uh, I can't complain about that. But we're still doing the challenge. I mean, I made a commitment to those of you who signed up. For those of you who are watching this anywhere except for in the group, today is the only day this is going to be live and in public. I want you to definitely make sure that you go to the link. I'm going to put the link at the bottom so that we can do that. But today is going to be really exciting, talking about launching off this new year the right way, the best way that we all know how, because we want 2023 to be a year that we control. One of the things that a lot of times people, entrepreneurs, especially small business owners, one of the things that happens is we end up getting kind of, I guess, for lack of a better term, stuck, because we respond to circumstances instead of being prepared and proactive, so that we are making things happen instead of watching things happen. So today, we're going to be doing our New Year's challenge. I'm really excited about it. I've been working on it for a little bit, and so we're going to get right into it. So I'd like to know where everybody's from before I get started. So just kind of, if just go ahead and drop in the comments where you're from, what you've been doing, what you do, what your business name is, all that stuff. This will be, so anybody who is actually a part of the challenge, this is going to be in the archives this entire week. So you'll be able to go back and see it once again, right? So let me go ahead and begin to share my screen. And it's at home, I get to do it. I have a lot of obviously got a bunch of screens and all that kind of stuff. However, here I got to kind of, look and see and, get stuff around and go to windows and all that. So, but yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, like I said, I was supposed to be at home, but instead I'm in Florida, which I can't complain about that. The weather is great down here. I just want you to know that the weather is bomb. All right. So yes, this is our New Year challenge. All right. And we're starting right here in 2023. I am live. So in case people are like, wait, is he live? Was it recorded? It is recorded. It is not recorded. This is live and in person. So yes, I see the comments coming in already. Mbele Taylor Bridal in Bowie, Maryland. Yes. So I'm going to jump right into this. Tomorrow will be pre-recorded because at this time, I'll be on a flight back home to Maryland. So yes, a turn and burn. I came this morning and I'm leaving tomorrow afternoon. So let's jump right into this. So I'm glad that you're here, whether you're an entrepreneur, business owner, weekend warrior, or you're just curious. I'm here to challenge you to be great this year in 2023. All right. So who am I? I don't want to talk a whole lot about myself because this is really about you and your year. But, they say always tell people who you are because they want to know, why you up there talking to them. So just a little bit about me. I have over a decade in business, management consulting, digital photography, cybersecurity, now a bunch of other stuff as well. It's been 8 years, actually 9 years now since I've had a boss. And I'm grateful for the bosses that I've had, but I really enjoy working for myself. I'm now a best-selling author. It's my first time doing a presentation since I've been a best-selling author. So I'm very happy about being a best-selling author. Here's my book, The 7-Day Business Plan. Go to 7daybusinessplan.com and get that right now. I'm the chairman of the board of Kennedy Foundation for the Arts, a nonprofit up there in Washington, D.C. I'm board member of the Prince George's County Public Schools Business Management Finance Advisory Board. I'm a certified ethical hacker. No, I will not hack your Instagram. I'm a former campaign strategist. I'm the founder of Cyber Business Camp, where we teach youth ages 13 and up the skills of not only cybersecurity, but also entrepreneurship and business. You go to cyberbusinesscamp.com if you'd like to sign your child up for that. I have over 25,000 hours. Now I'm like 30-something thousand hours of paid consulting work across many fields and hundreds of hours of study, research, and development in business processes and profitability. Yeah, so that's what I do. And I'm a Hamptonian. I'm a happy Hamptonian. I'd like to talk about that. So these are just some of the companies I've served over the course of my years. There's just a lot of them out there. One other thing about me, and I just got to tell you in advance, people who know me know I am a serial pragmatist. So I'm very, very, very passionate about business, but I keep a pragmatic view. So my desire is to always keep it not just real, but really real. I'm not a motivational mindset coach who makes you feel good about yourself. I focus on what is and what should be. I don't do platitudes. You'll very rarely hear me say some of those, the stuff that's in memes. That's not really me. So sometimes I come across harsh or abrasive in my approach, but please know it's out of love, and I want you all to be successful. So I apologize in advance if I say something that rubs you the wrong way. My bad. But that being said, hey, let's get it. So let's get right into this right now. We're going to walk into 2023. So a new calendar year means a lot to many people. Some people look at it as a fresh start, an opportunity for growth. One of those platitudes, new year, new me. Of course, it's a new tax year, a new level. Some people use it to purge things out of their life. But more than anything is the opportunity to make a decision. So let's get our mind right about resolutions. Everybody looks at New Year's resolutions, whether it's going to the gym, making a bunch of money, getting stuff out of your lives. Let's get really down and dirty, especially when it comes to us as entrepreneurs and business owners, right? Resolutions are just words. They really are just words on paper. The only way that resolutions work is if you are working. Excuse me. Most people don't keep their resolutions. Now, we're going to talk about this in a couple of minutes. And trying to master resolutions on your own is an exercise in luck. Not necessarily futility, but trying to do it on your own. It's just like you get lucky if you keep them. Like just stuff happens to go your way. But most of the time you need help. You need a strategy or a plan. You can't just say, hey, I'm going to do something. I'm going to be better or something like that. So it's an exercise in luck. There isn't one properly developed resolution that you can achieve. So if you develop your resolutions properly, you will be able to achieve them. I can tell you that right now. All right. So answer this question. All right. If you want to know if you have what it takes to keep your resolutions. And here's the question. Are you going to get any better, or is this it? I heard this the other day on a podcast I was listening to, and I was like, oh man, that's a deep question. And it's like, are you going to get any better than where you are or who you are, or is this as good as you're going to get? If the answer is this is it, then don't make a resolution. Don't make a goal. Just live your life. But if you feel like you need to and you want to get better, like, go ahead and tell me, put it in the comments, put it in the chat, tell a friend, whoever's sitting next to you, say, I am going to get better. Okay, that's my motivational speech for the day. But yes, it's really about you having the desire. It's really about, again, like we said, making that decision. So the truth is, resolutions are not meant to be kept. They're meant to be met on your road to success. Oftentimes, we want to keep resolutions that we make to ourselves. We say things like, I'm going to be healthier, or I'm going to avoid XYZ personalities in my life, or in 2023, I will not A, B, and C. Now, statements like this put a lot of pressure on us to live up to what I like to call unsupported mandates. I get that from politics. They call unfunded mandates, where you tell somebody they have to do something, but then the tools are not there for it to be done. We're then trying to find ways to keep these promises to ourselves. And so while this can be a trying and disappointing thing in our personal lives, worse than that, it can be destructive and detrimental in our businesses because so many things, rely on that. Now, if, you don't go to the gym as much as you should, yes, it can be, you can disappoint yourself, but when you have other people depending on you in your business, and you have goals that you set and you don't make them, it can be very, very detrimental. People set out to do stuff in the beginning of the year, and by the end of the year, they haven't made it. Sometimes they close their doors, which is why most businesses fail. My man Charles the other day was on his Charles Hurst. He was on one of his videos. He was talking about how I think it was 97% of businesses close their doors. A lot of it is because they don't keep the promises that they make to themselves. Vision boards. How many of you have done a vision board? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about vision boards real quick. They're very popular, and it's not something I really do. I have nothing against them. I think they're a good thing to do because they often help people to have a positive mental attitude towards the things they want in life, so they can somehow manifest them. Right? Now, often hear stories about how people have made vision boards. Then they go look back at them and they say, "I put this Audi on my vision board, and to my surprise, I ended up with the exact same car, color, and everything." And that is a great outcome. I mean, think about that. If you are sitting there and all of a sudden, you had a dream, you had a vision, you wanted to do something for yourself, and it's like, oh wow, I can make it. I did this, and it's like, oh wait, I didn't even know that it was there. But it's like, you kind of see it every day. But those things, they do play a good part of your life. They play a good part of what you're supposed to do. But wouldn't it be better if it wasn't a surprise? If it was truly intentional, expected, but most of all repeatable, where it's like, wait, I did this, this, and this to get there. It didn't just happen because I put it on some poster board, but I actually put the things in place that was necessary for me to grow and get to this place that I have this thing that I really wanted, I really desired to have it. And that's what I'm here to help you do today. So please have your vision board parties, do them. They are great, but don't stop there. Let's build intentionality behind what we're doing. Build intentionality behind our vision. Now we're going to talk about manifest versus create, because I don't necessarily manifest stuff. I don't, because it's a little, I'm going to get into the definition, because I'm a definition type person. My boys will tell you, if people who know me, they're like, Carl, always go to the dictionary when we're talking about words, because words truly have meaning and words have power. So manifest is to make evident or certain by showing or displaying, meaning something is there and all of a sudden you see it one way or the other. That in and of itself there's no element of intentionality behind manifestation by definition. Some people, use other definitions for it. I'm just going by what the definition of it says. But let's talk about create. The word create, which is what I want people to do. I want us to be able to create the things that we have. It's to bring into existence, to produce or bring about by a course of action or behavior, to produce through imaginative skill, or to make or bring into existence something new. So once you create something, then you can manifest it, because you can show it. I created this book and then I made it evident by putting it online. You see what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about here. I manifested it by showing it to you, but I had to create it first. And it was very, very intentional, putting pen to paper, putting it online, getting the cover design, all of that stuff. Now, so that is what I want you to get out of these 4 days. I want you to have the tools, methodologies, and ability to create the future that you want, need, and desire. Now, I'm not going to stop preaching, I promise. But my pastor raised me right, so I go straight to the scripture. Deuteronomy 8:18 talks about the Most High giving us power to create wealth, with a purpose behind it. And so that's what you want to do. You want to be able to create it. You don't want to wait for stuff to just fall out of the sky. You want to have the power to make it happen. And so that's what I want to help you to have over these next 4 days. All right. So are you ready to be empowered for 2023? Please let me know in the comments. Are you ready to be empowered in 2023? Okay. Yes, I see it. Yeah. Folks. Yes. Oh, wow. I got them on LinkedIn, Twitch. Oh, but everybody jumping in everywhere. Yes, indeed. So let's keep it going. So there are 2 types of resolutions that we're going to talk about today for your business, and a third subtype that should accompany each one of them. The first is opportunity-based resolutions, and the second is problem or solution-based resolutions, right? And I'm gonna keep it real short and so simple, because I want you to, of course, you got homework. Anybody who knows been any one of my trainings, there's always something that you can actionably go home and do and bring back tomorrow. All right. So opportunity-based resolutions, they are those that cause you to grow and leverage your strengths, and they're meant to propel you forward. In many cases, this is increasing input and or value of certain tasks that you're good at. Things, and pardon my preposition at the end of the sentence. Thank you very much. Example, I'm going to increase the amount of photo shoots I do this year, or I'm going to have more customers. Like those things, it's whatever you're doing now, you're growing those things. You're going to take opportunity to make those things happen. You can also bring, using those skills to open up doors for more revenue streams, for investors, for partnerships, things like that. And we're going to get into all of those things throughout this week. But today we just want to set the foundation about what type of resolutions that you want to have. So, I mean, if you have an opportunity-based resolution so far, please put it in the comments, something that you want to do. I see people talking about investing over there on Facebook. I see people on YouTube talking about getting more money, all of those things, opportunity-based resolutions. Again, this could be and just so you know, I'm doing this for businesses, for entrepreneurs and things like that, but it can actually be applied to any part of your life when you do this type of stuff, right? Then there are problem solution-based resolutions, meaning you identify a problem and you present the solution for them. They help you to overcome weaknesses and resist threats. These resolutions help you plug holes in your organization and help right your ship. They also help you make necessary changes in the culture of your business. And pardon my spelling mistakes. And I'll tell you about the subtype very soon. I'm not going to get into it right now, but trust the process. Trust the process. All right. So are you ready to make your resolutions? Yes. Yes. Okay. I see a bunch of yeses. You're ready to make your resolutions. Are you sure you're ready to make resolutions? Not quite. Not quite. You're not ready to make it yet, because I really want to set this foundation, because I know you've heard the saying, all's well that ends well. But I want to tell you today, all's well that begins well. And before you just start writing your resolutions, you need to create an environment for them to flourish. So with that, and again, I'm not saying put them out of your head, but we're going to really make these resolutions in a way where you will be able to accomplish more goals this year than you've ever done before in your life, ever in your life. Like I said, last year was probably one of my, definitely my most successful year. And this methodology that I'm telling you about over these 4 days for free is what I used last year. And I was like, okay, so if I can do this and get to this point, then I'll be able to teach somebody else. Because, people be trying to teach stuff they ain't never do, right? Yeah, you can't do that. That don't work. So again, we want that firm foundation, the infrastructure, and your mind prepared for success. So while you're thinking about your resolutions, there are a few other things I want you to do first. So number one, take accountability for and forgive yourself of past failures. I think everybody has made a resolution, a promise, a goal, and not achieved them for one reason or another. The more we miss the mark, the more we feel like it's something that stops us from achieving our goals. And that's when we begin to manifest our inadequacies. Those things become evident every time we get a goal. You can almost mark in your calendar that you fail at a certain point, when it gets too hard, when you let distractions come in, or you let get worn out by time, those type of things. It's like, and so you have to forgive yourself of those things, because first you got to take accountability for it and let it be known, this was me, this was my fault. Yes, there may have been other contributing factors to it, but in most cases, 99.9% of the time, we made a choice to allow circumstances to determine our path. And that happens. Don't hold yourself, and I would encourage you. And again, I'm not one of those type of coaches, but this is something I had to do for myself. I would encourage you to go back and look at those things and forgive yourself for them. If you forgive yourself of those past failures and determine that you won't go down that path again, you renew yourself and your mind, right? Like it's a transformative thing at that point, where it's like, okay, yeah, I didn't finish this book. I wanted to finish this book like 5 years ago, and I wasn't even stuck on the last chapter. I just didn't write it. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's what I did. But I had to be like, Carl, just do it. I had to forgive myself. I was like, man, if I would have done it back then, I could have had all this stuff. Blah, blah, blah. I had to get past that. I had to forgive myself. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do right now. Take accountability for it and forgive yourself of those failures. And like I said, I promise you I'm not preaching. I promise. But Philippians 3:13-14 says, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things that are behind and reaching forth those things which are before, I press toward the mark for the prize. No, I'm not here to preach. What I'm telling you is that when you put those things, those mess ups, those failures of the past behind you, then you can really move forward. No, I promise you, I'm not. I think it's the last scripture for today. I promise y'all that. But really, but this is, I live my life, like this is what determines right and wrong for me, the scripture. So I try to use that as well in business. But yes, so I'm encouraging you, as the same thing that the apostle Shaul said, that You forget the things that you messed up at and just press forward. Focus on what's before you, but forgive yourself of it. You know what I'm saying? Let it go, as they say. The next thing you do is make a list, right? Make a short list of whatever comes in your mind. This isn't one of those take an hour to do, like 10 minutes. Don't spend a whole lot of time. I don't want you to focus on the negative at all. Of the times you really wanted to accomplish something and you failed to do so, right? Take accountability for each of them. Because if you can't take accountability for it, if you're constantly blaming the circumstances, then you can't truly grow past it. You live in a victim. It puts you in a victim state where it's like, stuff can always move you. And in business, we can't afford to do that. I mean, we even know some people say, well, COVID messed my business up. I know people who grew their businesses, 10 times over the course of COVID, right? Because they were able to take accountability for the situation and move forth. Tell yourself that you're sorry. Yeah, I know it's corny, but just do it. Be like, self, I'm sorry. Like, just do that. You know what I'm saying? Or however you need to do, whatever you need to do is say to forgive yourself, then burn the list. Now, okay, don't tear it up. Don't throw it away. Don't put it in the trash. Burn it, because burning, the act of putting fire to something, changes its composition. And so you want to change the composition of those things you had. So just put it on paper, like write it down, get it out. Now do it safely, because it do not take any responsibility if you burn something you ain't supposed to. So if you burn down your house, you burn down something else, that ain't on me. Okay, that's on you. Do it safely. Children, don't try this at home, but ain't no children, no hell thing. Then forget that it happened. Just forget that it happened, because what happens is it only becomes a part of your story. Like me not finishing the book when I initially wanted to, like I don't feel it anymore. It's just a part of the story now because the book is finished. All right. Now, you want to have a method of accountability. Again, as we said before, it's almost impossible to achieve your goals if it's only just you by yourself. Sometimes we'll get progress. Not saying you won't have progress, but to really achieve those goals, like sometimes people just throw something on Facebook when they're working out. Some people just, they tell a few people who they know will hold them accountable. Whatever it is, put it out in the atmosphere so that, some people put things in the app that reminds them, sometimes that's good enough, but just doing it by yourself, that's kind of rough for some people. Now, maybe some people are extremely intrinsically motivated. I consider myself an intrinsically motivated person, but I still got to have some type of accountability when it comes to this. But yeah, because it's one of the number one reasons that people fail at keeping their goals, because it's so easy to, let ourselves off the hook or give ourselves extra grace when we're the only person that we're accountable to. So think about how many times you said that you deserve a day off in the gym and you create a reason why. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't ways to reward yourself or that you don't take days off, but let it be intentional. Let it be not because, I just don't feel like going to the gym. And I've gone like 5 times. I don't have to go today. But did you say if you went 5 times that you wouldn't go day 6? That's what you put in place for accountability. All right. Now we have a number of accountability options. 2 in particular I'm going to talk about. You can join an accountability group. I have the Business Movers Mastermind, which is going to be launching next week. And you'll have an opportunity to join that if you so choose to. And then I didn't say choose or have, I said submit. Very important word, submit to an accountability point of contact, not an accountability partner. It's a cross submission. You want to find somebody, and it can be a cross submission, but you don't want it to be like, hey, and you do yours, you do it. No, I ain't do it either. Like that. If you're going to do just a partner, make it at least 3 people, because the chances of somebody moving forward and helping to push everybody else is more likely than if it's just 2. But you want to submit to your accountability point of contact, because you want it to be somebody that you respect, somebody that you're accountable to, so that you don't want to ease the way out of your goals. So what you look for in I'll call it an APOC, somebody that you highly respect. They will hold your feet to the fire. They're not afraid to hurt your feelings, because sometimes when you mess up and you need to feel it, you need it to hurt, right? They'll also build you up. They ain't just going to take it down every time, but when you accomplish something, when you do make progress, they will build you up. And if you miss a goal, they will help you to refocus. They're insightful, and you really worry about disappointing. Somebody you tell you're going to do something, you don't do it, you're almost not afraid to go back and say something to them, but you really don't want to go back and say, hey, I blew it, right? And a pro tip, get more than one. There are people in your lives who, they see that you're doing things and they want to be a part of it. One of the best ways for someone to be a part of it is to be that point of contact for accountability. Because that's the friend zone you always want to stay in. I talk about in business escaping the friend zone when it comes to only selling to your friends. But when we're talking about your point of contact, who that person next to you, like, hey, did you do XYZ you said you want to do? Like, dang, nah, shoot. And you don't really want to go back and say it. Dedicate a manual workspace. Like, what? Yes, that's the fancy way of saying get a notebook, a tablet, whatever, with a pencil and a pen to document your resolutions. Because it's been said that writing actually helps you to retain and personalize information a lot better than typing. Again, like I say, trust the process. I was actually some years ago doing some research, and I was getting some tools and things like that, and I actually ran into a physicist. And I was buying something from him, and he was telling me about how writing, there's a nerve in your hand that goes straight to your brain, which helps you committed to memory and commit your body actually to it, that typing doesn't do. Because typing is a little bit different than writing. Writing is a form of creation. And it's amazingly real how we were made that these things actually work. I love intelligent design. But hey, that's it for today. I know it's like, wait, we didn't do any resolutions. Nah, let's set this foundation. As you leave today, I want you to take some time to really build out the foundation that we discussed. First thing is go through the process of forgiving yourself. Write down those things. Take the time to write down those things that you didn't want to do, that you did not achieve when you wanted to achieve them, that you did not do when you wanted to do them. Write those things down and burn that list once you forgive yourself and forget that it happened. Do not let it hold you back anymore, ever again. The next thing that you want to do, of course, is get that accountability point of contact. Pardon me, I'm a little tongue tied, but get that accountability point of contact that will help you through this process. The next thing that you're going to do, of course, is get that manual workspace. You want to go and write down what it is that you get you a pen or paper so you can really write down, because tomorrow we're going to actually start to write down our goals. You want it to be something dedicated to this. Yes, you could type it up later, but tomorrow I want you to get to writing. All right. And so what I want you to do that now. Tomorrow is going to be at the same time, but again, it won't be live because I'll be on a plane at this time tomorrow coming back home. For those who don't know, I'm in South Florida right now. I had a client who really needed me to be here, and so I'm here now. So like I said, we'll be live, but it won't be live everywhere that you see it. If you see that link going across the bottom, that's where you need to go to join. Go to newyear.launchwithcarl.com, sign up there. You'll get a text message at this time to go forward. Also, that is where it will be archived. I'm going to do a replay later on for those who may have missed this. So if you're watching this anytime after 7:30, chances are you're watching the replay. So because I'm not going to say the same thing over and over again when I've already said it. So again, if you want to reach out, you want to work with me, you want to work with my team, we're doing Facebook ads. We got our camp going on. We got the mastermind starting next week. All types of stuff going on. We're doing building business plans, whatever it is that you may need. We got you. Feel free to reach out. You have any questions, comments, concerns, metaphysical speculations. But until then, I will see you all. Don't forget to join. It's the New Year's Challenge for Entrepreneurs. This will not be public tomorrow. It will be localized within the private group that we're having, because we're going to be really getting deep into it. And I want people stumbling across this. I want people to actually, be dedicated to themselves, dedicated to the process and all of that. So, again, hopefully you enjoyed today. If you did, you would throw it in the comments, because I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you came. This is something that I'm passionate about, helping people to do what they do. So that's about it. Well, Launch with Carl, I'm out.